right. Darren the Hermit is back in action. I set the scanner room over there to look for a bunch of fragments around here, so I'm going to go and snag those up real quick. And yes, indeed, my performance is suffering. While off stream, I went and put some effort into, effort. I fired up a few other games, and they ran just fine. So I'm going to chalk my current choppiness and slowdown up to the simple fact that it's Subnautica. And I went and dropped a whole bunch of fish eggs and dropped a whole bunch of fish into alien containment. And I'm going to presume that doing so basically set off a whole bunch of timers for egg hatching timing and fish populations in alien containment and all that. And that's just more than the engine can do. I've hit the limits of what Subnautica can do. At least with this 11-year-old version of Unity. That's right, I'm hearing a Reaper off in the distance. So anyway, I'm just gonna, accept the fact that it's going to be a little choppy. And take that as a sign that I'm getting near the end of what I want to do for my base. So I'm going to get last few chunks of titanium up here from scanning these fragments. And then I'll go down, Is that another golden peeper? Where did you go? Is that a golden peeper or yeah, I think he just had water effects behind him. I caught a few golden peepers last time, and you throw those in a tank with aliens infected with Kara, and it'll help suppress their Kara symptoms. I see you. Just out of range. Let's come back into range. Come on, range. There we go. Let's bring the sea moth over there. So I want to be a little careful because now my controlling isn't all that hot. Slip out of there nice and surreptitiously. So yeah, I will get these last chunks of titanium. And it's gotta be enough. But I've said that like 5 times this run, so who knows? Who knows what's enough? It's never enough. I once watched a documentary that told me the world is not enough. Now, that was a very interesting documentary. This is the little canyon that leads to an alien teleporter, I think. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Right around the corner here. Whee! I'm pretty sure that goes down to the primary containment facility. I'm not going to teleport right now. The novelty is cool when you first discover them, but I mean, once you know what to do and where to go, they're not super amazing. There's no real like utility to them. Start dropping some of this stuff off. Left from behind. Let's go get it. Titanium's titanium. The frame rate drops though. It's not so much a sea moth as it is a sea putt. Just puttering around. Do, 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 do. It's alright. This is sort of the sort of thing I kind of knew would happen. It's just, I mean, that's the engine. That's what it is. It's old. I'm doing more than what the engine was designed to do, I guess. What are you way over here? Probably another Cyclops chunklet. Or a power transmitter fragment. Sure, why not? It's still 2 titanium. I don't care how insignificant of an item it is. Oh, really? I love when you scan them and then a couple more pop up right in your field of view. It's like, Mr. Scanner Room, you are slacking, sir. Okay, good. No drop frames. No, it's not the internet. It's the engine. Oh, sorry, buddy. Slammed right into him. Damaged my sea moth. Where was this one? I thought I scanned this one, but oh well. No, don't drop it. No, don't drop it. Get out of there. What's wrong with me? Why would I do that? I want that. I want it a lot. Look at all the effort I've gone into getting it. You are a golden peeper. Are you? Or am I just tripping? No, you just got the normal lines behind you. I think it was just illuminated by the seed pod there. My mistake. Continue on your way, little peeper. I see you there. Let's go snag you up. I get that? What? That's some nonsense. There's a little bit of a cave around here that I can go in around the back. I doubt it. Excuse-moi. That's just weird. That's just weird. Whoever's over at Unknown Worlds or whatever and did this, man, you're weird. That's weirder than finding quartz that's buried in the terrain, man. That's just weird. Weird. Oh well. Let's go get these instead. There's 2 titanium I won't get. I'm just gonna have to remember that one outlying one way over there. That's the titanium nobody wants. The developers didn't even want me to want it. Oh boy. Crap load of fragments around here. Fragments galore in here. Did I not already open this door? Section goes right out. Neato. Alright. Hard to scan propulsion fragment. Inventory's going. Saw quartz out of the corner of my eye. Am I crazy? No, I'm not. Saw another quartz out of the corner of my eye. Am I crazy? Well, okay, maybe I am. But not that way. I did see the quartz. One, two, three. So I basically pick up 2 more of these things. Fix you up. Snag you up. those frame drops. Man, those frame drops. Oof. I thought it'd be a little better on my better rig than the other times I've played and built big bases.
Captain, all systems online.
Topping off all of these lockers.
Seek fluid intake.
I will, PDA lady, I will. I promise. As soon as I finish putting away all my lootses. Sweet precious lootses. When I get back to base, I'm going to have fun turning all that recovered scrap into regular titanium. For now, I'm saving myself a good chunk of Cyclops power. Alright, let's go drop this all off. Let's go top off the vitals. So let's see, let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That one's lead. 14. 15. 16. Plus a little bit of extra up there. 16 times 30 is 300... 480? Did I screw up my numbers? I don't know. Alright, see these marble melons.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright, let's go get these last few scanner room fragments. And that will finish up our this current endeavor on the surface. We'll go over and get these 2 errant ones. I do love hearing the reefbacks off in the distance, though. Those guys are always chill. At least in my book. I don't know what you think. Maybe you're creeped out by them. But if you are, keep that to yourself. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead and share your thoughts. What? You under the ground? Stop it. You're titanium that I could use. Now the grassy plateaus continue on over here. Anything in here? Negative. I may have already scanned a bunch of stuff here too. I should be able to see some sea moth fragments or something. Is that nothing? That looks like nothing. So yeah, there's a few other boxes. Entirely possible there might still be something left in them. Yeah, nothing there. Ah, well. Let's head on back. Nothing? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? I could grab some wreckage. Could always just move my scanner room over this direction. See? There's a little guy here. Giant chasm. There's a box here. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And down into the Grand Reef here. Got thermal vents around here. Then I think right on here I should be able to find a, yeah, fragments for the thermal reactors. Thermal reactor fragments. Yeah, I remember. There's like 3 hiding back here. Alright, let's head back to the sea moth. Grabbed a few extras over here, but I don't want to waste too much time. Got a minute and a half. I could scan a couple more. Anything else? Oh, you know what? Let's just go back. Let's just go back. Let's just go back. I keep letting myself get distracted. Keep letting myself get sidetracked. Let's head on back. Oh, in the last section, I briefly mentioned how under Linux I was having trouble finding out history of metrics from GPU and CPU temperatures and clock speeds and wattages and all that. Like immediately after that session, I figured it out. It was like right there in front of me. There was just like another. One thing I've been finding out with Linux is that if something seems puzzling or I'm confused about what to do, usually it's because I just don't know the name of whatever program to use, or yeah, once under the ground, or it's because the implementation in Linux is a lot more flexible than in Windows, and as a result, I wind up finding that, how to say this, I basically wind up finding that there is like a whole bunch of extra features that just wasn't there in Windows. Like, so all this temperature sensor stuff, it's right there in Linux. It's just using the standard KDE desktop, or maybe it's a built part of Fedora or whatever. But it's just got a whole bunch of sensors and outputs and readings and history and all that stuff. It's like, all right. Alright, now these fragments are all inside. And I don't know what the best way to get in would be. Oh, this fragment's not inside this fragment. Oh, that's the one that's... Yeah, that's not an acquirable fragment. I guess maybe if I got a propulsion gun, I could pull that thing out of the ground, but I don't, and I'm not going to build one. It would take me more titanium to build one than I would get from freeing that box. Okay, there's one real easy entrance to this wreck, and then a couple difficult ones. I don't remember exactly where it all lines up. I could get in here, I suppose. Did I see a quartz off in the distance? I did. I see a few. I'm gonna grab these. That's an egg. That's an egg. That's not quartz. Spadefish egg, you are not quartz. I know this for a fact. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go through the easy entrance. It's a bit of a schlep, but I know the way. It's a tangled mess of directions, though. To turn up there, you have to go down this stairway here. And then there is this vent back here in the corner. And this goes a little twisty-turvy. There you go. Around here. Am I not scanning you? Alright, so there is a third fragment I can't do anything with. Alright, that goes out. It's not a prawn suit that you can scan. Nor is that. Yeah, that's not a way to go. Oh well. This way, this way. Okay, I'm gonna go back, top off my air. I guess I could just move over there. Come on. If you got out, then you can get in. Alright. So this had a hole over here next to prawn suit stuff that I can't grab. Another shaft down this way. Another shaft down this way. Okay, I haven't been in here yet.
Integrating new PDA data.
Check that out as soon as I'm out of here. Oh, look. A water. Okay, I can scan that just from the... You have to be at the right angle. Can't scan that. Can scan that. Okay, so there's a few laser cutter fragments in here that I just can't scan. Alright. Another Natural Selection 2 poster. Sure, I'll snag you up. Alright, let's get out of here. this way, and then out this way. Through this. There we go. Alright, so there are 2 fragments in there I can't scan. That fragment over there is kind of in the ground. And that fragment also in the ground. Guys, I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm gonna go throw all this stuff in my Cyclops. I'm gonna go put my sea moth back in my base. Oops. Nothing in this storage. Nothing in this storage. Oh, SWE Limited. Welcome to the stream. I am gathering up resources in Subnautica. Here we go.
Captain, all systems online.
Let's see. Which ones of these have some space? Yes, I'm gathering resources. I'm finishing up the last touches on a gigantic base build down in the Lost River. I don't know how familiar you are with the game. If you stick around for a few minutes, you will see it soon. Alright, let's figure out what to do with this poster, because I haven't put any posters in my thing yet. Nah. There. I'll put it back there. Behind my bulbo tree. Let's top off my vitals real quick. Alright, now I'm going to go park my Seamoth over at my old base. I should probably activate that. There. Yes, I think I've gathered enough resources. That's like 16 lockers full of titanium. 16 times 30, that's over 500. That should be enough. What? You came out of nowhere, and also you look really poorly placed. Hell, I'm gonna leave a dented sea moth behind.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right. All right. Back to Stompy 2, back to the Cyclops. Let's deconstruct that scanner room. And then we will be getting out of here. Heading back down to the depths. Any quartz? Any quartz? I'll grab the last few quartzes on my way. I see one. See a couple. The corpses among the quartzes among the grassy plateau could be a little tricky. Just back up a little and you can spot them a lot easier. If you care. I probably shouldn't at this point. But look at me go. Wow. That's a density. Turn you off. Data box. Do I want to wait to find a data box? You can see the different passageways down to the jelly shroom cave down below. And you can see that the little cave system is just above them. And you can see the giant trench over here of the blood kelp. Here's a data box. That's over in Reaper territory. It's probably not something I need. Maybe that's the Cyclops solar fragment. Let's be dumb for a second. Oh, I've played Below Zero, yeah. I thought Below Zero was pretty fun. Not quite as impressive in this one as this one, in my opinion. I thought it's still a pretty fun game. I'm probably not going to replay it, but Below Zero is still pretty good. All right, there he is. Missed. Yep, there's the data box. Yeah, nothing I didn't already have. Missed. Not gonna lie, that had me a little tense, guys. That's why I brought the prawn suit over there. It could take a few hits from the Reapers, and if it picked it up, it could start punching him in the face. Or drilling him in the face, I suppose. But you know what I mean. But whatever, I got 2 more titanium from that. Oh boy. Which one of these has more? Yeah, there we go. And I got some more quartz over here. I'll worry about turning that to glass when I'm back down in the tunnels. Not the most efficient water-wise, but a lot of them grow at once. Guys, I'm going back down into the Lost River.
Powering up.
Oh. Gotta deconstruct the scanner room. Duh. Oh yeah, I've got my base built into the Cyclops right now. I seldom use the Cyclops when I play Subnautica. It's just a lot of vehicle. But when I'm doing a big base build like in this run, it makes a lot more sense.
Emergency power only.
It just makes it so much easier to gather up just gargantuan amounts of materials. Which you don't really need to do for just a regular run, but it's fun. The stutteriness of my game right now is because I'm kind of exceeding what the engine can do in terms of base building. Oh wow, he was hanging out with my Cyclops. But alright, I have to go east? Yeah, east towards the bulb zone. Now, this is going to take a few minutes because the Cyclops isn't exactly the speediest guy on the planet.
Planet flagged.
Whee!
Emergencies. Warning. Vessel calculating. Excessive noise. Head standard.
So right over there is my other base. And one of the quirks of this game is you could kind of see your bases from any sort of distance, like they're always loaded in, which is part of why it gets this sort of stutteriness when your base gets really huge. The engine just isn't set to handle that much, like custom set assets or something. It's also why the game did away with the terrain adjustment feature that was originally in. It was originally part of. I think it's actually still in the game files. The terrain manipulator tool that you can spawn with console commands or something. But once you start adjusting the terrain, it just kills frame rates because suddenly it's just not meant to do that. It's not meant to have the custom designed terrain or something. All right. The entrance I'm going for is this area. Best thing to do is to keep an eye on the terrain. They should be skirting the northern mountain over here. Ruins of the Aurora should be framing me on the other side. Okay, I think this is getting near it. Yeah, there's the mountain. Be a little easier to navigate if it were daytime, but oh well. I suppose I can go hop in my bed. I gotta go find the mushroom forest first, and that's my next waypoint. My goal now is I'm just going to finish the last finishing touches on my giant base. I've built I've built a dozen large towers with alien containment in them. I think it's 14. Maybe it's 14 towers, because I think it's an odd number on each side. But anyway, a bunch of towers with big alien containment tanks inside them, and I put a bunch of eggs in them last time, or a couple sessions ago. And I'm just now putting less finishing touches on the base itself. There, we'll clear that mushroom. All right, here's the bulb zone. But yeah, I'm getting really near the end. I'm probably not going to finish everything I want to do today, but I'm getting really near the end of this run in terms of what I want to do building the base. Oops. I won't do that. It's just one of the ant beetles. They're funny boys. I'm losing my sense of direction here. I think I haven't gone. Oh, look, titanium. Should I get out and drill it? Couple titanium. Oh, man. Okay, first, this is the big sandy slope that goes down into the Lost River. But yes, I am going to drill these titaniums because I am addicted to material. Loot, loot, loot. I came through the bulb zone a while back and I got a ton of lithium. How long am I going to stream? Probably a couple hours. A couple more hours anyway. I wish I had the freedom in my schedule to do more than that. But at least a couple more hours. Yeah, I thought I saw 3 of these titanium outcroppings, so I might as well grab them as I'm passing by. Alright. So another one over here-ish? Yeah. Keep my awakeness up. Was there another one? Could've sworn I saw 3 right around here. Or maybe I'm just... Oh yeah, I did. Hooray. I've done a lot of drilling of these outcroppings. This is kind of what it is. Just sit and stare. It's a nice opportunity to raise my wrist off my wrist pad, hold it at a more natural angle. It makes me think about considering one of those vertical mice that are getting more popular. I don't know how I'd like a vertical mouse, but I know at least one person. Oops. I know at least one person who prefers it. I didn't put my scanner room stuff back in my Cyclops. All these things I just keep glossing over. Alright. There's... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely getting all this. It's right here. I don't have to go looking for it. It's like right in front of my face.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
So I had 6. And then all the rest was just my scanner room stuff that I will drop back in here. There we go. Excess titanium there. Let's empty out Stompy 2 here. Putting a lot of clicks on my mouse. That's alright. Previous mouse took a lot of clicks. Same kind, just the Logitech G203. Lasted me 5 years before one of its clicks started double clicking. The left button started double clicking. But I did a lot of gameplay in that one. Put a lot of clicking on it. So it's like, okay, this thing lasted 5 years, taking a lot of abuse. And the problem that arose was the part that was being abused. Just buy another fairly inexpensive mouse of the same kind, see if it lasts me another 5 years. I'm guessing that's going to be a better deal than buying one of their very expensive mice, the $80, $100 super duper mice. Because this one was like 30 something. It was on sale though. I think normal retail is like $49.99. But yeah, I've heard lots of horror stories of people buying expensive fancy mice and then like them failing inside a year. I've bought nothing but, you know, not cheap, but like modest budget mice. And they've lasted me ages. Ages, I say. A reasonable amount of time, I should say. 5 years of heavy clicking use is a reasonable amount of time for a $40 mouse to last, in my opinion. Any other wreckage? Yeah, right here in front of me. There. 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 I'm done. I'm done. Let's just go back down. What are you? Creature egg. Mesmer egg. That was the last of the creature eggs I was looking for up here on the surface. But I found it. I'm gonna put this down here in the basement. Sure, I'll leave him there. Alright, let's top off my marble melons. And I'll get back going. Oops. All 4 of them, Durin. Alright.
Engine powering up.
Hey, look, it's daylight again. Pretty sure there's probably a couple more titanium outcroppings along there and along here. But I don't care. So down here is the easiest access to the Lost River for the Cyclops. The northern blood kelp entrance is probably the second easiest. Because they both basically are just a big depression that you can drive your Cyclops down. And then it's a fairly simple maneuvering. All the entrances you have to deal with a Leviathan of some sort. But this one's kind of easy to slip by. Don't get me wrong, he's given me some trouble before. But as long as you go slow and rig for silent running, he tends to be kind of chill. But the past few times I've gone through here, he has gone a little ways up the hallway, so I want to make sure I'm keeping a sharp eye for this crazy guy. See it off there in the distance? Up. You can kind of make out my base there. Wish there was like a zoom in function. Alright, where is he? Where did he go? As soon as I can get an eye on the ghost down here, I'll be a little bit more comfortable. One time I came through here, he was like taking a bath down in the brine. Or maybe it's one more room. Maybe it's one more. Yeah, there he is. Alright, pal. Alright, pal, I see you.
Rig for silent and explode.
Alright, you want to stay up there? You stay up there. That is your prerogative, buddy. I will give you room. I will give you your personal space as long as you give me mine. If you give me too many headaches, I will go hop in my prawn suit and I will punch you. See ya, buddy. Down there in the lava zone. Whew. See, he ain't that bad.
Ahead standard.
And now this is just the last section of the hallway. Not much here. I've mined the hell out of this little chunk. There's bits of copper and gold and lead. But in terms of quartz and titanium, I've went and absorbed it all. Loot. I like loot. More loots is precious. More loots. But I don't need more lead. I have plenty of lead. Let's get to the base. Let's get to the base and start finishing up the last touches. Here it is. Way off in the distance. And then the terrain loads in and it's gone again. Because this game is... I love this game. But on a technical level, you know, it's an indie game. You know. An 11-year-old indie game. That looks weird. I respect the effects that they do to create the impression of huge schools of fish, but sometimes, it's just kind of a funny effect. Again, indie game. Old indie game. They did their tricks. They worked for the most part. But they are tricks. And it's kind of funny sometimes. Alright. Here we go. Coming into Cove Base 1. Here you go, better view of it. My multiple moon pools, my tower at one end, my power plant at the other end. Let's make sure I'm not crashing into the ceiling. Let's make sure I'm not crashing into the base. Because the last time I went on a resource run, my Cyclops tapped the base ever so gently. And I got back, and the whole thing was flooded. It took quite a few minutes going around. Oh, I'm at the roof. It took quite a few minutes going through. Try to find where the holes were in the base. Alright, let's turn this around and get the back end there near that vent. Let the thing charge up. Alright.
Engine powering down.
Let's go confirm that this is indeed getting power. It is. Yeah, it is. Good. My build tool is going to need a new battery. Pop that in. Alright, now before I really get to it, I want to go take a break. It's been about an hour. I gotta go stretch my legs. Use the restroom. I will be right back. I hope you guys are still here for when I return.